The Nigerian Navy, lawmakers, and civil society groups have rejected the proposed Nigerian Coast Guard bill. The bill, sponsored by Senator Wasiu Eshinlokun, seeks to establish the Nigerian Coast Guard as a full-fledged military service and a branch of the armed forces of Nigeria. However, stakeholders argue that this will lead to duplicity of functions, security threats, and resource constraints. The Nigerian Navy in particular objects to the establishment of the Coast Guard, citing examples from the UK, US, and South Africa, where similar structures have been deemed unnecessary. The opposition to the bill is widespread, with lawmakers Senator Adams Oshomole and Representatives Eliba Agbese expressing strong reservations. Oshomole questioned the rationale behind establishing a new agency when Nigeria is already living on borrowed funds.
They categorically told us at that public hearing that there is no need for any further agency to support what the Navy is doing. I can see the faces of many faces were there that day, they're also here. So whereas they told us a different thing in the House of Representatives that such an agency is not necessary, here today, distinguished senators were hearing that a coastal guard is not necessary. What is the difference, the time length between 14 days ago and today that we suddenly need that? I'll stop here. I'll move further to point 2. I want to write, yes, I want to subscribe completely to the position earlier canvassed by Comrade Adams Oshomole. And I will start by saying this. Of all the security problems that we've been having in this country, there was a time that we had only the armed forces and the Nigerian police force. We have created Nigerian Civil Defense Force. We have created even the road safety with taxpayers' money being invested. And today, those security problems have not been solved because we have failed to address the issue, which is about strengthening the institutions that be set by the constitution of our country to provide these services. If we had strengthened the Nigerian army, the problem of Boko Haram wouldn't have been in the northeast today. And I will add as a rider, today, virtually every state in Nigeria has created a local police. When the minister was governor of Osun State, they created a Amoteku in Osun State. And at that time, we were told all over the country that the creation of those agencies will put an end to the security problem. I want to ask this Nigeria's president, has Amoteku or the creation of any of the state police solved the problem? I am here to say, as my intervention, I've submitted a memorandum to the committee and working document. And I want to thank Mr. Chairman for giving me this opportunity. Before I give Mr. Chairman, let me add, if we fail to strengthen the Nigerian Navy, we will create a Coast Guard, we will create a Coast Guard, and we will create another guard before the end of this administration. Lastly, distinguished senators, honorable members of the committee, I am a member of the All Progressive Congress. It seems to suggest that many of the key drivers of the president's agenda are not completely in line with what Mr. President is going through. And I say this because just recently, in the National Assembly, we approved a loan of 1.7 trillion naira for government to be able to run in agencies in the military. Where are we going to generate another money? Or where are we going to borrow money again as a government to fund the Coastal Guard? And I heard in one of the submissions, which to me is also a contradiction, that the Coastal Guard will also generate its own revenue. So we are talking about two things here. An agency with military function and an agency that will also be a revenue generating agency. Dual characteristics at the same time.
Mr. Chairman, the Nigerian Maritime Law Association has reviewed this bill.
And it is the position of the Nigerian Maritime Bar Association that as presently constituted, this bill is not in the best interests of Nigeria. As presently constituted. There are quite a range of issues which have been identified, and I will not speak to those which have been spoken to already. However, the core is that from the constitutional point of view, we believe that the bill may have indications which would require constitutional amendments for it to pass.
With regard to existing agencies, it is our belief that the bill, as constituted, will compromise Nigeria's obligations internationally and Nigeria's existing obligations within the committee of the structure of the IMO and existing international conventions.
Into the Nigeria Coast Guard Establishment Bill 2024 and the establishment of a Coast Guard Fund. Permit me to start by saying that kudos must be given to Mr. President for the creation of the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry. It speaks to economic, social and environmental issues. It will create wealth, employment, and of course, narrow our poverty gap in Nigeria. Having said that, this ministry has everything it takes out there at sea except for oil and gas and fisheries. Every other thing in that space is for the marine and blue economy. And Mr. President, in his wisdom, has also transferred the agencies and departments of the former Ministry of Transport to align with the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry to strengthen that ministry. Unfortunately, the reoccurrences of some of these departments and agencies have smuggled themselves into the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry, aka the Coast Guard. A lot has been said, so I'm not going to bedevil the issues by repeating those issues that have already been addressed, such as Section 217, the creation of the Coast Guard and whether it should be placed in the Ministry of Defense or the Ministry of Blue Economy.
I speak for over 15 civil society groups that have submitted their positions. We have raised the issue about everybody is interested in securing our waters everywhere in the country. It is what to be done that is the issue. And the point is that we are at a point where the president of the country and a lot of the citizens, including the civil society, is campaigning for the Steve Orosanya report. And here we are, creating an agency that we say there will be funding for, and there's no scientific method that have been raised. Somebody says funds will come from overseas. Are we going to be funded for our security by foreign bodies? That is how to auto insecurity. Another person say unscientifically that okay, we will now protect our seas from we save our sea from oil theft, that will bring money. That's also not scientific. What is most scientific will be to strengthen what is existing. For us, deployment of technology has shown to be the best way of getting security right. When we are going to expand, people that speak about employment, yeah, we can employ people by creating agencies that will have a head, have all those little of offices in a funding to fund our budget. It does not do people that want to see their future. That is our position, that's our worry. We also want to say that incidentally the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy is doing very well, incidentally because he's here today. But the agencies on their position.
This is Parliament, and sometimes you see the way the things are happening in the floor, and that will not determine the end point result. Like I and my organization, my name is Comrade Danes Momo Prince. I represent the Nigeria Unemployed Youth Vanguard, and we have submitted a position to the Senate before now. We have submitted a position to the Senate since 11th of November 2024. Our position is very clear, very simple. We are saying no to the establishment of the Nigeria Coastal Guard. We don't see any need for it. All what we are saying is that it's a duplication of effort. And secondly, if anything must be done, let them enhance and bring more funding to the existing security apparatus in the coastal guards. Because of now, we have Nigerian Navy, the National Maritime, the Marine Police, and now all what we are saying, training and retraining, technological advancement. The way Nigeria is going today, if they think that establishment of the Nigeria Coastal Guard Bill 2024 will create job, they are very far from reality. The only way.
My name is Abdullahi Bilal. I am the spokesperson of the Security Analysts and Researchers Forum in Africa. Well, our positions is very clear. We've submitted submission, and we are also adopting in totality the position of those who were against the bill. The reasons for this are not far-fetched, rather than even in the city of Abuja as we speak today, for those of us who follow through the Ministry of Finance to this place, we could see that there is a protest currently ongoing there. And it is disappointing to know that those people that are staging the protest at the front of the Ministry of Finance headquarters are ex-military people, those people who have meritoriously served this country. And this speaks about the gaps. It speaks about the deficiency. It means that even the existing organizations or the existing institution or the existing security architectures that are responsible for securing our lives and property are not properly being taken care of. So why creating more to overbody the already overstretched defense budget? There is a proposal currently going forward. Virtually all civil society organizations, everybody is canvassing for the implementation of the Orisanya report. The reason being that to reduce inefficiency, redundancy, and cut cost of governance. And here we are saying that we want a creation of another arm of the military. When the Ministry of Defense, the National Security Advisor have not come forward to say that there is need for us, or the current Nigerian Navy has been failing in exercising their constitutional mandate. So why should we then now go ahead to begin to think about the implication of our duties and thinking about how we are going to cut costs of governance? And people are talking about last week, we were of course at the House of Reps where the proposal of Marine Police, Marine Corps were also put forward. And then if a lot of people who were also against that, including the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, are here supporting that of the Coast Guard. So it shows hypocrisy, it shows lack of sincerity of purpose, and it also shows that our position has always been that this bill should be trashed into the dustbin of history. It is not needed.
My name is Daniel Okwe. I'm the Executive Director of Center for Social Justice, Equity and Transparency. Completely unnecessary, if you ask me, honestly. The Coastal Guard Bill 2024 is completely out of it.
Why?
And I have my reasons. Number one, in the Nigeria of today, we are owing trillions of naira. So it is very, very costly to establish for now in terms of if you establish and the Coastal Guard come on board now, you know it is expensive to establish. First of all, expensive in terms of training, expensive in terms of equipping, expensive in terms of staffing, expensive in terms of infrastructure, and many other things as well. So it is expensive to establish. That's number one. Number two, if you create the Nigeria Coastal Guard, but now the work that the Navy and other Coastal Guard operators are supposed to do, they will not be able to, because they will be redundant. The Nigerian Navy, that unit of the Navy will be redundant because the coastal guard will take over their job. So there's also duplicity, of duty and responsibility. Both of them will be doing the same thing. At whose cost?
Yes, my name is Opialu. I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Human Rights and Advocacy in Africa Network. We are here in response to the call for public hearing. The bill in question is one of the many wrong things that has come out of this National Assembly. Any country that seeks to develop acts based on need assessment. The security threat analysis of this country does not necessitate the creation of a new security outfit. In saner climes, security architecture is designed as a response to security threat analysis. And any development, any project, be it security, infrastructure, or whatever, is based on cost-benefit analysis. What is the cost of a new security outfit? What is the cost of strengthening the existing security outfit? What is the incubation period of a new security outfit coming up?
Agbese, on the other hand, pointed out the hypocrisy of agencies that opposed the establishment of the Nigerian Marine Corps just 2 weeks ago, but now supports the Coast Guard bill. With such widespread opposition, it remains to be seen whether the Senate will heed the calls to drop the bill. Comfort Olayinka, DCTV News.